We're back. Happy summer, everybody. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good.
Mikey? Yeah.
Rusty.
We're back and we're rusty.
Yeah, I was like staring into space. No,
I'm
great. Great to be back.
I'm good.
Mikey, how are you?
I'm rolling. We're
I haven't
rolling.
seen your beautiful face all summer. It makes me sad.
I know, man. We won't be able to see each other much more because you are in Colorado now, and you've
That's
left
right.
the great state of Florida.
Yeah.
So
The PCA is the next gen is extending into the west. That's
That's
it's
good.
awesome.
trying to
Yeah.
push the boundaries.
Yep.
Do you know youth
So
pastors in
before we get
Colorado,
into
Matt?
no, I don't know anybody. So that's one of the things I'm excited about doing, and the things that the church is excited about me doing is building the network around here, and hopefully doing stuff like we did together in Florida,
Absolutely. Yeah.
But before we get into all that stuff, we all had youth group last night. We're all back in the swing of things. Was this your first Wednesday night for the school year, or did you start earlier?
For us, this was I think our second week back, or second or
Okay.
third. Yeah, so we start at
Okay.
the end of August. Yep. So we're rocking and rolling. We have a rhythm now.
Nice.
The first week back, I will say, I was like, man, I forgot how to do this. I was a little rusty. I like opened up the playground for a few of the girls because they didn't want to play the game, and I'm like, yeah, sure, you can swing on the swings, it's fine. And so they go in there. I had to deal with the situation, and I get back, and I just see this swarm of middle schoolers going into the playground, and one of the volunteers was like, "Who did this? Who decided this was a good idea?" And I was like, sorry, it was me. Sorry, guys, I'm a little rusty at this. But third week back, and it's like we're rocking.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Anything funny happened last night? Any goofy stories from last night, Lara?
And no goofy stories. I was telling you guys, like, we had 94 middle schoolers last night, and it's just amazing to see the enthusiasm that they have. One, to be there, but also two, or just hearing different stories about a couple weeks ago. No, maybe last Sunday, what a girl who's new, I said, well, hey, like, what was your best part about the night? And I'm thinking she's going to say, obviously, it's the pizza, right? Domino's.
Right. Right.
Or the games, right? And she goes, no, the best part was hearing the gospel. And I was just like,
Oh man.
wow. So there's just a lot of enthusiasm, but no, like, they're just fun and quirky. So, but
Yeah.
nothing like a moment that stuck out that was funny. But yeah, they're just
Gotcha.
funny in general. Yeah.
Mikey, was Wednesday night? Was this your first Wednesday night?
It
or
was
were
our fourth Wednesday.
Woo! Let's go.
We're rolling. We're in deep.
your guys are so last night was our first night. Our first
Okay.
Sunday was our first high school, and last night was our first middle school for the school year, and it was hilarious. So we did kind of like a kickoff thing, and we had a bunch of inflatables in the gym. We have a gym, so we were able to like go out of our youth room into this gym where all this stuff is set up. The lady shows up. She's like, this is a really nice company, really nice people, but like they were shorthanded for some reason. So like we're like stalling, waiting for this stuff to inflate and get rolled out. And then we kind of go into the night, everything's going great, and then like the inevitable happens. Breaker gets tripped. It's like the Death Star getting turned off, like boom, stuff just starts.
Oh boy.
Oh, speaking of Death Star, I watched the first. This is a big moment for if you're a dad out there and you have a son.
Oh, okay.
We watched
Yeah.
the first Star Wars: A New Hope together with my 7-year-old son, and so I did that on. Sorry, this is totally a tangent, but
No,
picked
this
up
is fantastic.
And he loved it, and it's just amazing when you think about how old that movie is. Like we're talking
Yeah.
1972, maybe three.
1977. I'm exactly
Seven.
1 month older than that movie.
I mean, what is that? Is that? Well, let's not do the math on it. We don't want to
It's
make
it's it's
Matt.
almost 50 years. It's almost 50 years. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
48 years.
and he was sucked into the storytelling of the movie. I mean, we were doing the lightsaber noises. It was a pretty sweet moment. So, does my kid know Jesus? Maybe, but does he know Star Wars? Yes. So, just
Well,
kidding. We talk about Jesus too.
can I go deep for a second? Can I
Do it.
go?
You won't.
Absolutely.
So, I love movies, and I wish I could forget them so I could watch them new again. And I can't. I can't do that. My wife can do that. My wife, she can see a movie several times, and we'll be watching it again, and I'll be like watching, and she'll gasp at something, and I'm like, how do you do that? How do you forget that? But the second best thing is to watch a movie you love with someone that's never seen it before and experience it kind of through their eyes, right? Like that could be really fun. And I do think this is okay, hard right turn. This is where we go a little deep. I think when we think about sharing the gospel like that, or mentoring students like that, like some people don't stay in youth ministry because they're tired of kind of dealing with the same things over and over and over again. But at the same time, like it's the joy of watching someone do that for their first time, or them their that little growth spurt that happens. We've already had that. We've already experienced that, but they get to do it for the first time, and we get to enjoy that with them. And I think that's how I connect those dots, the similarities. So that's actually a really beautiful thing you did with your son. And I do think that's an incredible thing that we get to do with students in general.
Yeah.
You know, and teach them decent movies at the same time, because heaven knows they need it.
Yeah.
So like last night, so that was our first night, and I got to meet a ton of new kids, and so it's not just our first night, it's my first night at middle school, you know. So like I met some people like, oh, this is our first time. I'm like, great, me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really fun. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that like my summer, I've been in transition for the summer. So June 1st, I wasn't working anywhere. So I've been off all this summer. And I think my first day in the office here was August 11th.
Okay.
And so it's just been like drinking from the fire hose and meeting people and trying to, figure some things out and get the ball rolling. And then we kind of kick things off. So it was that's been my summer. And that also affects like how significant my kickoff was, because it was just so great to be back in the room with students, But so because I didn't do anything this summer, let me live vicariously through you guys. Mikey, what did you guys do this summer? What trips did you take? What were some of the highlights?
Well, we did the classic Southland route, which I know Lara is familiar with, and so is some of the other people on the Next Gen team, which like David Kelly. So our group went. Did you go to Ridge Haven?
Yeah, I was there. Yep.
So they went to Ridge Haven. I did not go, and they also went to Kalakwa as well, which are two. That's the high school camp, middle school camp, and then they did a mission trip to Mexico, and that was really cool. We'd never done something like that before, but I didn't do any of the trips this summer because I was moving houses. So. During
Me
that
too.
time. So, mine was only just a mile or two away, like not anything significant. But it's because I'm expecting a baby in November, a baby boy. So I'll have my fourth boy in the family, and
Your poor wife.
We can't fit in the house. We also can't fit in the car, so we sold the house partially to get some equity out to buy a car, and then to hopefully put a down payment on a little bit bigger home. So. But it's a fixer upper, so I've been working on it. So that was, my summer was a lot of that, and then just trying to care for the teams that went on those camps. Which you know how it goes. We all know how it goes. There's pre-camp stress, and then there's post-camp depression.
Post-camp depression, yeah.
Postpartum. What is it called? Like, not to make light of that, but there is that with camp. Like when you go to camp, kids.
Well,
leaders.
it is a tremendous effort, and you deliver something, and then it's over, and you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah, exactly. And everything that's been consuming you for the past several months, especially as you're preparing to go, you actually get on the bus and you start launching, and it's like, oh, that feels good. Then afterwards, you're like, well, now what do I do with my life? Like that, you just slept with middle school boys for like a straight 6 days. It's like 6 nights. You're just like, all right, I actually kind of miss them now.
Yeah.
So, but no, those teams, they did a great job, and we had a great internship. That was really great. Probably one of my favorite groups of interns. I don't know if I can say that, but it was awesome. So we had 7 of them come, and it was really, really cool. Really sweet group. So 2 of them have actually decided to stay here. So one
awesome.
actually came on staff, and then one was like, I'm just going to go to college at the local community college and go to church here and stay here with you guys, which is just super crazy. We're not sure if she's okay in the head. We're still trying to figure it out. I'm just kidding. She's awesome. So we should actually get her on the podcast because she's like the best middle school volunteer we have. She's awesome. She's just does everything.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So
we'll have to do a whole. I have like tons of questions, but we should probably save that for like another episode of what does your internship look like? How did that go?
Oh yeah. I think what made it so sweet was I think we finally have our young adult ministry really going at our church, and so when we bring these interns in now, we really have like a community that shepherds and cares for them way better than because we're in a smaller town, rural Florida, so it can be lonely. But it just since that young adult ministry with this community college has developed a lot more, it's been like just a way better experience, I think, over the years for interns, because there's just this like life that's happening in addition to the church work that they're doing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Lara,
how about you? What was your summer like? Tell me you had better success renting vans.
Well, we decided this year we're going to take a charter bus. So so we did have better success. I was like, never again. But yeah, we always start the summer off by welcoming our new 6th graders, and so we have a huge welcome party for them, and that just really starts the summer, really drives the summer. And so we don't stop weekly programming, but we went to a different camp this year. We went to Real Life Camp in Vero Beach, Florida. And so that was, really great for our students. It was a little bit different than what we're used to, but I think that just opened up just great conversation, around baptism and around just some of these things that, we have differences on theologically, but it opened up, just great discipleship opportunities with students. So, just a lot of great discipleship. We had life groups an hour before our Wednesday night programming, and just seeing students open their Bibles and teaching them how to read it and study it. I mean, they know how to read, but teaching them how to study it along with the Seeing Jesus Together student journal was just really sweet to see. Just their enthusiasm about just the things around the Bible was just, seeing the fruit of the summer into even the fall. It's just been great.
And so what is that curriculum that you mentioned?
It's Seeing Jesus Together. It's a journal. They actually have it for adults as well. It's a discipleship tool. But they just put out a student journal probably a year ago,
Uh-huh.
and our middle school and high school students use it. We buy several of them. And it's a great, they have a Bible reading plan that goes along with it. So students can go along with that. But sometimes I'm like, hey, like this summer we went through Romans 8, and I had them utilize their journal as we were diving into Romans 8. So just a tool for them to study the Bible themselves and do some inductive Bible study for them. So
Gotcha.
yeah, yep, yep. So it
So
was, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
No. That's, go ahead.
That's more of a tool than it is like a curriculum, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yep,
Gotcha. Okay, because I've looked
yep.
at that journal, but I didn't know if there was content.
No,
So
yeah,
it's just a way for you to teach whatever you're going to teach, and then have them
yep,
interact with it different. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's really
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. And then also too this summer, I mean, there were probably like 3 weeks in a row that we just had like some really difficult things happen on a Wednesday night. So that for us, was stressful, but also at the same time, it was like, oh, okay, we need to reevaluate some policies, or, oh, so there was like 3 weeks in July that was just really tough. And I'm like, do I want to do youth ministry anymore? Like it was just
Ooh,
draining at
yeah.
times. But we made it through. And I think just there's something to be said about having a great volunteer team. And it just made us stronger as as a team. Honestly, when you're dealing with some pretty scary, just hard situations with students on Wednesday nights.
Well, I mean, I know I've said it on here, and I've said it a ton as I've started a new job and talking to parents and volunteers for the first time. Like, youth directors come and go, volunteers are forever.
Yep.
I mean, we're nothing without volunteers.
Yeah.
That would be the other mantra that I would say. Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
so that's what are you guys rolling into the fall? Like, what kind of curriculum? What are you using? What themes are you guys using this fall? So for us, it was really
Mhm.
interesting. I've never kind of experienced this before, but we're doing a one of our pastors has written a curriculum on prayer, and the whole church is doing that in our community groups, which happen after church. Like it's like our Sunday school. And so the youth are doing that alongside the adults, and that's really cool. But I've always kind of done I've gotten into the habit of doing like a comprehensive thing where like we'd start on Sunday and we finish in youth group, if that makes sense. And so we're not doing that right now. We're doing the prayer curriculum on Sunday morning, and at youth group we're looking at the encounters of Jesus, like Jesus encountering people, and we're using Tim Keller's book for
Oh
us.
yeah.
We're not giving that to the
Mhm.
kids. That's like our source material.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how our fall is starting off. What are you guys doing this fall, Mikey?
Yeah, we're in high school. We're doing. I can't remember. I think it's Rooted did a curriculum on the Sermon on the Mount. So our small
Mhm.
groups are going through
Yep.
that. So if you guys don't know Rooted, is it rootedministry.com that they, or is it Rooted? I don't know what it is, but
It's
I think it's
rooted.
rooted
Google
ministry.
rooted ministry
they,
because there's a small group discipleship thing called Rooted.
Mhm.
That's
okay.
not or look up Rooted Youth Ministry is what I would
Yeah.
suggest you look up. Yeah.
That's what we're using. It's they do good writing. Like they do really good stuff. So I highly recommend it. And then
Yeah.
we are preaching through the Sermon on the Mount, which is always funny to me because it's like Jesus did this in one sermon, and we do it in like 12. You know what I mean? Like it's always it makes me laugh. Like here we are, like doing a sermon to explain Jesus's like greatest sermon. We could spend ages on each verse. So we're calling it the Upside Down in honor of Stranger Things, which is coming out um, in November, just to like have some fun with it. So we have like all that font and theming and like this idea of the upside down kingdom that Jesus
Yeah.
is describing, the life, the upside down king, which we're really trying to point to, that he's
I
pointing to himself.
I
so.
love Stranger Things, but I am really annoyed with them.
Oh, what's up with that?
Well, what's up with this taking 6 years between seasons?
Oh, I know.
I mean, like,
That's
the
true.
finale is going to be Millie Bobby Brown and Bon Jovi's kid trying to buy a house. Like, that's the final boss.
Aren't
on
they like
Stranger
30
Things.
now? Like the kids
Yeah.
are like 30.
Yeah.
Like, aren't
The
they?
final boss is them getting a mortgage. Like, that's the
Right. Oh
That
my
is
gosh.
as one
it's
who
so
just
true.
recently did that. That is a very difficult thing.
That's a legit boss, but
Boss,
also-
yeah, like
and also, like, what's up with this? Like, we're going to give you 3 episodes on this day, 1 episode on Christmas, 1 episode on Thanksgiving. Like, you're trying to ruin our time with our families 100%.
wait, they're breaking it up
Yeah.
like that? That's how it's being broken up?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I think
ridiculous.
so.
Like they're not
Yeah,
just
it's-
delivering it like
No.
to be
No.
binged.
They're really drawing it out. Mhm.
Oh, I ain't watching it then. I'm waiting till
Yeah.
it's all. Once it's all out, then I'll watch it. I ain't about the. I'm not doing that. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you, Matt. What is this?
Yeah.
I got legit beef with Stranger Things.
Yeah, what's
I
going
know.
on
You
now?
suck me in with basically a depiction of my childhood,
Yeah,
and now these kids are as old as I am when the show finally finishes.
I was their age when it started. Just kidding.
Right.
And then middle school youth group is going through Jonah. So we're going through Jonah,
Cool.
and that's been fun. Actually, didn't we heard? Oh, we had this guy come for summer conference. His name's Russ Whitfield. He started a church in Washington D.C. Now he's in Atlanta, but then he came to our church we do like a summer conference where it's like 4 nights of preaching by someone outside our church and worship, and it's really cool. But he did Jonah, and we're like, we got to do Jonah with the kids. It's going to be awesome. So
Yeah.
we're doing it, and it has been really good. It's been really good with the kids. So
When I was in Maryland at Severna Park EP with Katie, there's an elder there that is the most creative guy I've ever worked with, and he was the elder over the youth ministry, but whenever we did VBS, that's when he really shined, because he would make and do incredible things. And one year for VBS we did Jonah, and he built a giant whale's head.
heck yeah.
And the eye on this thing, you looked into the eye of this fake whale and you saw its soul. That's what an artist this guy was.
Oh my goodness.
But he had a slide rigged in it for when the guy that's playing Jonah gets spit out by the whale on stage.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So he comes out this slide and just. But in that same series, so I was the captain of the boat that threw Jonah overboard. And we shot it as a video, and it was all green screen. And he created a storm and lightning and thunder, and I'm holding onto a rope that's tied to a ladder. And when you see the video, it's all the rigging for the ship.
The
It
ship.
was in the ship. Like he CGI created a ship.
That's awesome.
But it's just me standing in the fellowship hall with a rope at the time.
Wow.
It was incredible. Paul Kangas, shout out. You're insane and you're incredible. But anytime
he
someone
still
says
there?
Jonah. Yeah, he's still there. He's still an elder there. Yeah.
Wow, that's so
I mean,
cool.
like, they turned.
What-
There's 100 stories of what he's done, but like probably my favorite was they did. I forget what it was, but they made like a section that had hieroglyphics in it, like a facade for I don't know if it was a pyramid or a tomb or what, and he hid R2D2 and C3PO in the hieroglyphics,
That's awesome.
like they did in Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, it's just the guy. The guy is incredible. Anytime it says Jonah, I just picture this incredible whale.
Picture that.
Yeah, but those are really cool.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
That's awesome.
And
yeah.
so what did you transition to in the fall, Lara?
So the gospel. We're going through the gospel
Oh,
center.
come on,
for
the
teens.
gospel.
Yeah, you know. Keep it
You're like,
basic.
yeah, idiots. I'm teaching the Bible.
Yeah, no. But the gospel centered life for teens. Was it by Robert Thune? Is that how you say his last name? I don't know.
Is it the surge material?
Yeah, the surge material.
Yeah, that stuff is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so great. And so we're walking through that and name the series Made for More, and just to remind students of that. And so it's been really good. I try to do like foundational things for them, and then yeah, so it's been some good stuff, and yeah.
Those are two things I can't recommend enough. I think Rooted and
Yep.
the Surge material, the gospel centered. They're not big books. Those gospel centered
No.
stuff. It's really simple, but I think it's great for giving your kids a vocabulary on the
Yeah.
gospel
Yep.
and giving you your ministry terms to use regularly and to know
Yeah.
so that you guys are all talking about the same thing. Rooted, that's the curriculum I like. I feel like when you get that curriculum, there's so much to it
Hmm.
that what I try to do, and I probably won't do this last piece again because it was too much, but I like teaching it primarily in Sunday school, kind of exegetically, whatever scripture you're working through, and then extrapolating on that like almost topically in youth group. So to
Yeah.
take some kind of real question out of that, and then
Hmm.
kind of teach that so that you don't have to be there on Sunday if you're a kid that just comes to youth group. Like maybe you're just a friend, maybe you don't go to our church, maybe you're not even a Christian, but I say we can reference back to it, but allude to it and dive into something. And then in small groups, that's where we apply that that lesson. So there's that thread. And I think Rooted is a great, if you're going to go for that kind of comprehensive approach, I think Rooted is ideal for that. And then Surge, I think is it's great for small groups or big group. Like you
Yeah.
can, and even like a break because you can do it in a short series. Like it can
Yep.
be, yeah, I really am big fans of those.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Matt, what do you
let's
guys?
see. Yeah,
What do
go
you?
ahead.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, what were we gonna ask?
No, no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
How
like
I?
we're doing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
No, no,
ahead.
I don't have anything. Go
Let me
ahead.
jump in on this. Go ahead. You guys go ahead. You guys.
No, 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 you.
No,
It's
ask me
like
your
when the
question.
person, it's like when the person like opens up the door and like, no, no,
Yeah.
I insist you go. No, you go.
Yeah. No, you. Who's
I
gonna
don't
be
have
more
a
righteous?
well-formed thought, so whatever your question is going to
No,
be
I
better
don't
than
have a
whatever.
well-formed thought either. So,
Gotcha.
maybe we're rusty at this too. No.
That's
We'll be
okay. It's our first youth group, but we're the middle schoolers. It's okay. It's okay.
You never
We'll get
leave
through it.
middle school, guys.
So I've created up with a new term,
Yeah.
uh, and it's called chronodysmorphia.
Okay.
So I've been doing youth ministry for 30 years. So that means my 48-year-old self is warped with a 14-year-old boy's sense of humor. But my body feels like it's 70. So I don't know. I have no sense of time. I'm completely warped. I'm
Are you at
very
the
young and
stage
very
where you go
old.
to the doctor, Matt, and the doctor says you need whatever you're doing in work, you need to stop? Like you need to find a different career. Like
I'm at the stage in life, Mikey, where you show up to work and you're limping or your back hurts and people are like, "Oh, rough night at youth group?" No, this is what happens when I get out of bed. Or I can if I slept wrong. That's why I'm in pain.
Yeah.
When you're 20, you could sleep on a concrete floor for 48 hours and wake up, shake it off, and go to work. When
Yep.
you twist one wrong direction in the middle of the night when you're my age, and it's like, oh, everything's broken.
yeah.
I didn't jump off a building or out of an airplane. No, I rolled over in bed, and now I'm paying the consequences.
I love
But
it.
yeah. Well, we have some really exciting things coming up,
Yep.
right? So it is, what is today? Today's September 11th. We won't be talking about that, but it is. And very soon we have our conference coming up, right?
Hmm.
And we've got certification has just started. So if you actually wanted to jump into certification, you still could. But we actually have a special guest who I'm going to text and let her know that we're going to pull her in right now. Make sure she's ready. But
Yeah,
we
speaking
have
of certification, we have a graduate, right?
yes, exactly. So we have someone that has come to our conference and is coming back again, and a graduate of the very first class.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get Lauren in here.
This is a person who knows more about youth ministry now than all of us,
All
because
of us, yeah.
she's learned from 12, like
Yep.
11 different youth pastors over the course of a year, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Everybody, it's Lauren Padron. Yay!
Woohoo!
Hi.
And so not
How
only
are
do
you
I
guys?
love Lauren because she's an awesome youth director, but
Yeah.
youth leader, but because we worked together. She was my assistant director in Miami, and now is holding down the fort really well with a great team. But as far as staff wise, all on her own. Lauren, we're so happy to have you here. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
And you're showing off your Miami office with
Yep.
your
With the
palm
palm
tree.
trees and the beautiful sunshine, which in about
Yep.
20 minutes will
20
turn
minutes,
to darkest
yeah.
night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Lauren, you've been to the conference once, right?
Yep.
And then you were the first class of certification. So let's talk about certification first. What was that like for you?
You were the guinea pig. You were the
It was
experiment.
really good. So
And she lived.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was, and I
Well, we're not
lived. I
showing the
survived.
six. Yeah, we're not showing the six that didn't. We don't mention their names,
Right.
but
No, it was so good. It was one of those things that I was incredibly grateful to have done because it really helped me. Well, let me go back. So I had only volunteered in youth ministry before, and I was Matt's intern back in 2019. But other than that, I didn't have really much youth ministry experience. And so being able to do the certification really helped me to think through youth ministry and the biblical foundation for it, how to spiritually, take care of myself in it and not just get burnt out. So because it touched on all of those things, it was so helpful to me coming into a youth ministry context, especially because I didn't volunteer for youth ministry for that long, and I was never a youth ministry girl growing up. Like I never attended youth ministry, so it was a very new context for me to come into, especially having come from a very secular workforce coming into ministry. So it was helpful to be able to think that through and really take the values and the concepts that Matt was instilling and had instilled into Haven, which is the youth ministry that I am now working with, and think them through and adopt them as mine, so that they really became something that was true for me and authentic, and I just owned. But that was made possible in large part because of the certification process and all of the very practical help that it gave me. And then, like, in terms of how do you build relationships with other ministries in your church, and also on the spiritual side, like, how do you take care of yourself? How do you shepherd kids? So it was just incredibly helpful, and I loved it.
is there like a favorite unit, or was there one that sticks out? I'm not fishing for mine, but
It wasn't yours. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No. Actually, the one that stood out to me the most was Mikey's. So it was. I'm pretty sure that was yours, the shepherding your heart one. Yeah. That was really incredibly helpful for me, and I was able to do some deep digging. That was illuminating, and I had some tough questions and conversations with myself and with the Lord, and it was just good. It was a really good one.
Awesome.
I just want to say that as if you have anybody underneath you that you can encourage to take the class, I highly, because I got a lot out of it from the mentoring aspect of Lauren going through a unit and then us discussing it and evaluating how is our ministry doing this. it's so great to kind of basically have all these fresh eyes that are talking about this topic, and then Lauren would come to me and say, okay, let's talk about, communication, or let's talk about this. And it's all things that I have tried and probably stopped doing. There's a lot of things that fell into that category, things I had tried and stopped doing out of discouragement, and then was encouraged to go back and revisit those things. So it was really great as a mentor, even as someone that's a part of that content process, to go through. It's great to have those dialogues over and over and over again, and to do it with somebody that had fresh eyes to it. So even from a mentor standpoint or a supervisor standpoint, if you can get your people to go through it, I highly recommend it. I actually got a degree in that. Like, I had youth ministry classes, and I think the content is really, really great. In fact, if I was probably going to teach youth ministry, I might just steal our certification materials and use that as a. Mikey, have you had anybody at your church go through it?
Yeah, we had actually AJ did it with Lauren in her class. He was part of it that first wave, because this is year 4, right? Is this the 4th class to go through this year? I think or the 3rd.
We just started the 3rd. The 3rd.
So AJ was part of the first one with Lauren, and it was really good too for him. He did it, and the same thing, with me. What Matt was just describing was just one of the coolest things. Was like, because there's Emilio teaches it. This guy named Emilio Hood. There's Emmy Thompson, right? Teaches one.
Yeah.
Isaac Terwillinger. There's Matt Luke and Bill. I mean, we were talking like people. I mean, and I get to, in some ways, through AJ, was able to learn from them as well, which I already do because I know them personally. But to see their content and go through that, I think it was such a gift to me. And in some ways, it's always like, I was a little nervous about AJ doing it because, like, I know our youth ministry does not hit the mark. And so, but it was good. It was good. It was good for him and good for us. And it was just like a sweet encouragement. I think one of my favorite things, too, is that now AJ has relationships with those people and connections with those people. And you do it with a group of people. And so, like, I love that, like, and that was my favorite part of teaching it, was like, I get to meet these people that, like, I think one of the last classes I taught, the class that was coming through, like, there was a guy who's been doing youth ministry for like 25 years. And then the first year there was Pat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pat, you tell me, you know what I mean? Like, who am I? Like, so it's just so fun to do that stuff and learn from each other and learn from one another. I love that the PCA is valuing this and doing something like this. I love that our denomination cares about this, and I love that they're investing in it. And I really get really excited because I think youth ministry is a special calling. And we're seeing that more than ever as we see less and less people engaging in it. Just like how like in some ways, like, this is a calling. Like, this isn't just like a job. Like, you can't just come in here and, like, you need to have a heart for students. Just like teachers have that. Just like it's just a unique thing. So, anyways, I love that. And really props to Stephen Estock for casting that vision. And Matt Lukenbill for really laying the train tracks down for what that would look like. So, anyways.
I actually have a great question that I want to put on the screen. This is from Drew. Drew's asking, in the program, is there anything that helps with the unique elements of the PCA, like covenant membership? What do you guys know? This is what I would say to that first and foremost, is that there is not a lot of theology in the course, because we feel like there's other better sources for that. And so it is kind of it's like a bouillon cube. It's like orange juice concentrate. It's like, how much practical day-to-day stuff can we distill down into the smallest package possible to make it attainable to get done. And you can speak to that, Lauren, tell me what you thought about, like, the duration and the workload and stuff. But this is also really great for anybody that's not on staff. Maybe you're you're volunteering and running the whole youth ministry at your smaller church, or like if you are, even if you're like ordained, but you're not going to get this stuff in seminary. There's not a lot of seminaries that talk about youth ministry at all. And so this is I will say, Drew, that this is way more nuts and bolts with something like soul care theology and like how we approach teaching and things like that. But it won't be very, like, you're not going to get a segment on the covenants or membership vows or anything like that. That's, unless Lauren or Mikey or Lara, I'm wrong. Any
I think one of the first modules, I don't know how much has changed since I did it or if things have changed at all, but one of the first modules was actually on covenantal, like how youth ministry is covenantal in nature.
Right.
And so we did read some books about that. Again, it wasn't like heavily focused on it, but it was enough to give like a bird's eye view of it and to kind of like lay an understanding of like why we're doing what we're doing, and to keep that kind of like motivation and biblical perspective in mind that colors all of youth ministry and all of why you do what you do, from that, kind of covenantal perspective. So there was a little bit of that, but yeah, not a ton.
Gotcha. Well, that's a great explanation, Drew, and why he's sharing this, because he was coming to the PCA from a Baptist background, and so that's a suggestion we'll take back to our team and let them know about that. Thank you very much. Yeah. But not only is the certification or the conference coming up, which, Lara, what are the details on that?
All right. So the conference is October 20th through the 22nd, and it's at Chapelgate Presbyterian Church in Marrittsville, Maryland. So just right outside Baltimore, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. So it's $275. That includes registration and 2 meals. I went the first year that I think it ever happened.
Yes,
and
yes.
It includes getting to hang out with us too, so don't forget.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
come on.
I charge a lot more than that normally.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Right.
And I only charge $20 for autographs. I mean, that's a pretty
The question is Lauren going? Lauren, are you going? Lauren, are you going?
I am going. So I went last year, and Yes. I went last year and it was so good. I mean, I came back from it, and I was still working with Matt at the time, and I was like, when's the next one? Like what are the dates? Are we doing it here? Because it was so refreshing for me. Doing youth ministry in South Florida, and I'm sure in general, can sometimes feel like you're on an island doing things by yourself. It's kind of hard to build connections with other churches, with other people that are in the same field of ministry. Like Mikey was saying, it's a unique calling. So it can be hard to build relationships with other people who are doing the same work that you're doing. And when I went there, being able to interact and with other people who are in the same boat as me and say, hey, I'm having a problem with this, even if it's something as silly as like, I don't know what games to play with my middle schoolers. What do you play? And being able to pick their brains and get ideas and then just make friends was incredibly encouraging and filling for me. It was just a refreshing conference in general. And then the classes were also amazing, and I took a lot from them and brought them back and was able to implement them in how I interacted with our kids. So it was just such a high recommend, and I've been telling Matt for the past few months, like, I'm going to the next one. I'm so excited to see you there. I'm so excited to go. So I'll be there on October 20th through the 22nd.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
There was a class, Emmy taught it. Emmy Thompson did the class on Bavink and youth ministry. Do you guys remember? Did you guys sit in this one? Did you see this?
No.
Guys, This was amazing. She talked about you guys. So there's also, I think the same time she was doing hers, there was a counseling one. I think a lot of people went to the counseling one, but she did the whole Bobby kind of like artifacts of like culture and how youth and pastors are like literally sifting through artifacts of culture and pointing to Christ. You know, at
Emmy
like
is definitely the smartest person on the team.
Yeah.
for sure.
100% smartest person.
There's a
Yeah.
reason why she's a
I can't-
professor at a college.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Bobink book, but I can't spell Bobink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just love that was that, like, she taught that, and it was like awesome. I didn't get a chance to go to the counseling ones, but I heard really good things too about the counselors, because Chapelgate has a counseling ministry, so they brought in their counselors to teach us how to. So I was like, I felt like there was like a counseling one every day, you know, and then there was like one that was kind of like more practical, tool set geared in ministry.
I'm really embarrassed that mine was about how to use movie clips to teach.
Oh, and then Emmy comes up after you and talks about Bob Vink and the artifacts.
It's like, this is Matt. We let him talk sometimes. He's a good boy.
No, it was great. Yours was great too. I went to yours too. That was awesome.
It's just funny. It's just funny. Yeah. So I guess we swing a pretty hard gambit there of theological and practical.
Star Wars, counseling.
Yeah.
So, you know,
ministry.
we kind of use 3 words, and that's equip, empower, and encourage. That's what our mission is, right? And so we do, like, the certification is almost like a base layer that we can get everybody on the same page with some best practices and some good hands-on tools, right? Then the conference, you actually get to kind of choose your own adventure more. Like, what pieces are missing for you? Where do you want to focus on? Do you want more nuts and bolts? Do you want more esoteric kind of philosophical or theological stuff? And we have that wide gambit. So that the conference really is for wherever you're at. And then we get to be together, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, the conference is great, but Lauren and I got to have a great side quest with a couple other people from the conference. And so I was like, you know, here I've got this colleague that I appreciate a great deal, and I had lived in Maryland, and I wanted us to do something fun and special during free time. So I gave her a couple of options, and then if you've never been, or I ended up taking Lauren to Fort McHenry. Now, if you don't know what Fort McHenry is this little tiny base that was fighting off the British, and where they could get the biggest flag they could find, and they flew it, and that was the inspiration for the Star Spangled Banner, written by Francis Scott Key. So we got to go there and show it to Lauren, and that was really kind of special. And then what happened while we were there, Lauren?
Well, I cried. That's something that happened, but because it might sound like a boring side quest to some, but also it was very special to me because I'm a big history person, and started a graduate degree in history and all that kind of stuff. But we were able to fold like a life-sized replica of the original flag that was flown, and it was just so special to me, and I have a picture of Matt and I sitting on my desk folding that flag, and it was just the coolest experience, like coming from a background of like Cuban immigrant parents and things like that. It just meant a lot. So yeah, it was awesome.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Guys, it's so great to see you again. And we're back every Thursday at 12:30. Don't eat lunch by yourself. Have lunch with us. Don't just sit at your desk and eat a sandwich like I always do. If you're not out with somebody, we'd love to have you come join us. Thank you so much. Mikey, Lara, anything you want to say before we sign off?
I'll say one thing. If you if you don't do conferences, you should start doing them. You don't have to do ours, but you should do one.
Yes.
There's great ones out there. Obviously, come to Baltimore, hang out with us. But there's stuff rooted. I know does YLT, I think. Youth Leader Training. Is that what that's called? There's one called Barnabas Connection.
That's RYM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, RYM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Rooted do one? That's
Yeah,
called, like,
Rooted does one.
So there's all different kinds.
Yep.
But you should just do it. And talk to your session about it. because the reason is what we're saying. Youth ministry is unique. It's special. It's specialized, and like it's great to be around people that get you and understand you, and to have that community of people around you that you can call and connect with. So be brave, be courageous, go out, do a conference. You can do ours, or you can do someone else's. But either way, do it. Make it happen.
Hey, Lara, can I put you on the spot and ask you to close us in prayer?
Absolutely. All right,
Awesome,
let's
thanks.
pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you that you have lavished your grace upon us and your love. Lord, I just thank you for just this conversation. Lord, I thank you for youth pastors and youth leaders and volunteers who are doing this all around the country and the world. Lord, I just pray that the gospel would sink deep into the hearts of the next generation and even our own hearts, that we would grow deeper in the beauty of Christ. And Lord, I just pray for strength for youth leaders around the world and courage. Lord, I thank you for Lauren and her time and her ministry in Miami. And Lord, that you would just bless that ministry abundantly. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you guys. See you guys next week. Bye.
All right.